So if you're buying a rifle in 2026, the minimum barrier to entry is BCM. Let's talk about it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, we are out at the range. We are out at the ranch. Like I've said many times before, my favorite place. And I want to thank you. As we come into 2026, I want to thank you for all that you guys have done for this channel. We're approaching 600 subscribers relatively quickly, I think. I don't know. I don't really follow too many other channels like that. But hey, you guys are putting on for your boy, so I appreciate that. So again, thank you. Get in the comments, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me where I'm right, tell me where I'm wrong, or just say hi. You know, I like to say hi to people, just say what's up. So again, thank you for watching the channel, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, and we're just gonna keep growing in 2026. All right, so what are we talking about today? Today, we are talking about BCM, some of my favorite rifles. Now, first things first, these are just my opinions, all right? So don't get too upset. If you disagree with me and my take on BCM, then guess what? You're just wrong. No, I'm kidding. You're not wrong. You just may think differently. But if you do, leave a comment. Tell me why I'm wrong and you're right, or just share your thoughts in general. But get down there in the comment section and let me know. All right, so quick backstory. In my, resident friend group, a bunch of suburban dads, none of us golf, but we all have like golfing injuries somehow. I don't know what it is. In that group of people, I am the resident gun nerd, because I have a bunch and I have a problem. I freely admit that I do have a problem. I often get asked questions about, hey, what should I buy? Whether it's a rifle, whether it's a handgun, a suppressor, it doesn't matter. I'm always the one, I get texts all the time that, hey, what should I look into getting? And guys, that's a true story. I'm not making it up just to say some stuff on YouTube. Literally this past Sunday, I was at a buddy's house. We got on Primary Arms and we bought him a BCM upper. He asked me what he should get and I directed him to this. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. Now, obviously, this channel doesn't even have 600 subscribers yet. So I'm not paid by BCM or Primary Arms or by anybody. However, BCM, if you ever see this video, holla at your boy. I'm open for business. No, I'm kidding. I would never sell out. I wouldn't do that.
You're right. That's what I said. But as soon as I got my check, I was gone.
But in all seriousness, I love BCM rifles. And I love, in this case, just the upper. But I love BCM rifles. I love BCM products. And I have different make and models of guns. But the minimum for me, the minimum standard is BCM. And in my opinion, in 2026, if you are buying your first AR rifle, I think the starting point is BCM. First thing is they have really high build quality standards. And if you shoot your rifle a lot, it's not just a safe queen, that will matter to you, right? Some of the other rifles, PSA, I don't want to trash on any other rifles, but they're not built to the same standards as BCM. And these are built to shoot a lot, and they're built to last. And starting with the barrel, right? This is a safe and cleared weapon. Starting with the barrel, this is a 14.5 inch cold hammer forged barrel. It's a 1-in-7 twist. And the good thing about these barrels is, like I said a little bit ago, they're gonna last. They're gonna be accurate. Now, they're not gonna have the match grade level of accuracy, but they're gonna be accurate enough, especially for a combat rifle. They're gonna be accurate, they're gonna last, they're gonna hold your zero, and they're gonna maintain that accuracy throughout the duration of its life. And you're gonna get a lot of wear and tear out of it. So now, the next thing I like about these rifles is they are very, very soft shooting. They are properly gassed from the factory. Some companies will over-gas their rifles to make sure that they run and that they're reliable. BCM doesn't do that. They properly gas the rifles. And what does that mean to you? It's a soft shooting rifle. It is a pleasant shooting rifle, and that's always good for recoil management. Now let's get into the BCG, or the bolt carrier group. The bolt carrier group in this particular rifle is a standard BCM bolt carrier group. The thing I like about these are properly heat treated, but the most important part about it is they're QC'd. BCM has a high standard, has a high quality for their quality control, their inspections. If they find any imperfections with any of their BCGs, they take them out and they throw them out. So you can be assured that if you're buying a BCM, you're getting a quality product. You're getting a quality product that's going to run and that's going to last. And in conjunction with the bolt carrier group, I have a BCM charging handle. As you can see, it has the oversized uh, handles to be able to actuate the bolt carrier group really easily, and it just makes the whole operation of the rifle for me a little bit better. And continue with the handguard. This is an MCMR 13, meaning 13 inches. As I said before, the barrel's 14.5. It's pin and welded to 16. I have a Surefire War Comp. It's the closed tine version. And the thing I like about these rails is they are very, very low profile, very easy to get that good C-clamp grip on there when you're holding the rifle. But also they're still very rigid. So if you're in the market of, I want to mount something on here, like a laser, it'll maintain at 0 while still being low profile and lightweight. Makes the gun very, very maneuverable and very, very fun to shoot. And then lastly, another reason why I think BCM products are a good starting point is because they're proven, they're duty proven, whether it's law enforcement, military, all the special guys in the military, or even just like super high count round civilian shooters. BCM is always in the equation, right? They've been issued in the military, they've won contracts, and they've been personally bought in the military. So again, not that the military is, the end all be all, but hey, if they're taking these things over to bad lands and doing bad things to bad people, I think it'll work for me and you sitting at home plinking on the range. So again, BCM products are overall just phenomenal. All right, I can hear it now. People in the comments saying, BCM, that's the starting point? Those things are pretty expensive. And yes, they aren't the cheapest rifles out there. You can get something cheaper from PSA, Radical Firearms, you name them off, but you're not getting the same quality that you're getting from BCM. With some of those other companies, in exchange for a lower price, you're getting a lower quality rifle. I've seen it all the time. People say, mine is just as good. Tell me you don't shoot a lot without telling me you don't shoot a lot. And for me, and in my opinion, if you are going to buy and build a rifle that you're going to use for home defense, personal defense, hard use civilian shooting and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have to pay a little bit for that. In BCM, it does have a little higher price tag, but the quality punches way above its weight. So again, BCM, one of my favorites. I do have other rifles, and we'll get into those in future videos. But if I'm starting out, if I'm going to go buy a rifle today, it's probably going to start with the BCM. Anyways, enough talking, enough of me blabbering. Let's go out and start shooting. All right, here we go. All right, first things first, let's test out the accuracy of this firearm. What we're shooting today is Freedom Munitions 77 grain, remanufactured. It's 223. Now, like I said earlier, this isn't a match grade barrel, a match grade rifle, so I'm not going to get sub MOA or anything like that. But for a combat rifle, you're looking for 2 MOA. I have a piece of steel down there at 100 yards, excuse me. And we're just going to shoot this 2 5-round groups. Start with a unsuppressed, and then we will put the RC2 on there and shoot a suppressed just so you can see both of them. Again, it's just steel, so it's not a super great representation accuracy, but for me and what I'm doing and my capabilities, I think this should show off what I want to. All right, now we got this thing suppressed. Now, the reason why I'm doing it suppressed and unsuppressed to show you, sometimes you can see zero shift with the suppressor. Let's see if we get that with this RC2. All right, 5 more hits. And guys, for me, that level of accuracy is great for me and what I'm doing. As I get better at shooting and I get better at grouping, I'll probably do this again and show you some like real shooter stuff. But hey, for me and for what I think, you could use this for, it's fantastic. All right, so we just got finished looking at the accuracy. Accuracy is always good, but now let's kind of look at the maneuverability. Let's go do some basic drills. We'll do about 5 repetitions of like up drills. So the first thing we'll do 5 low ready, 5 high ready, and then we'll transition to something else. And a good standard to use on this, we're at about 10 yards, and we're going to try and hit it in the A zone with less than 1 second. So let's see how that goes. All right, that's an A. That was a .69. Just outside Charlie, .82. Oh, super slow. 153. I lost a dot that time. And that was an A, .60. All right, that was another A, .69. All right, now let's try something else. We'll do from high ready. I'm not good at high ready. I still think I can do it within 1 second. But yeah, this one's harder for me. Let's see how it goes. .99, just barely got it. That was an A. Ooh, that was a Charlie, .93. .89. For me, 1 second doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it actually is. It's actually not that fast, especially at the distance we're at. So again, just being cognizant of where I'm moving the rifle, dry firing, which I need to do more with the rifle anyway. But yeah, let's try it. This is that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more of these. Charlie, .90. All right, .96, and that was an alpha. All right, now let's move on to the next thing, and let's do the Mozambique drill, or failure to stop drill is what we have to call it nowadays. But yes, so now we're gonna do the failure to stop, which is 2 to the body, 1 to the A box. And let's see how well we do that. That was a 177, need to go faster. All right, 1 Charlie, 1 Alpha, and 1 head box hit, good to go. All right, 142, all in. All in, 130, there we go. 148, all in. Ooh, and again, 127, we're speeding up. First shot, .68. That was, threw it just high. Anyway, like I said with these rifles earlier, this rail makes it really easy to grip and move around. Super maneuverable. Speaking of maneuverability, let's do some transitions. Hopefully that'll show that a little bit better. So let's do that. All right, for the next drill, I talked about how lightweight this rail is and how maneuverable it can be. So we're gonna show that off. I got 4 targets up here. I got 2 pieces of cardboard, a steel right there, and then a steel plate right there. We're just gonna go 2, 2, 2, and then 2. And not only I wanna show off, how maneuverable it can be and how light this rifle is, but also the recoil impulse and how soft shooting it is. So let's do this. See how this thing go. Got a little trigger freeze. That was on me. That was a 428. On that transition, I didn't get all the way over the steel. It's a big piece of steel. I don't know how I missed it, but let's do it again. Trigger freeze. .364. 362. All right, let's run it one more time. 374. That was my last bullets. Let's do another drill. All right, now as you can see, we got some press dog on here now. We're at 25 yards, and we're gonna do the rifle portion of the Achilles Heel Tactical man card drill. So from 25 yards, low ready, up 1 second, shot on C-zone steel, and then high ready. See if I can do it. And then if I can, let's see if we can make it repeatable. This is a pretty tough standard. And we're gonna see if we can try this portion of it. 0.94 from low ready. That was cool. So that would have been a pass. Let's try it again. 0.86 from low ready. 0.86. 0.74. 0.80. So from low ready, that wasn't too tough. Now let's try from high ready. This, along with reloads, are like the bane of my existence. You know, coming from high ready, getting it into my shoulder is always a problem. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, and it's a miss, and it's a 1.08. See? I'm about as good as this as I am with reloads. Let's try it again. 125. So I would have failed the man card already. But let's keep going. 0.94 and a hit. 103. All right, this is my last round. And I've only done it once. Let's see if I can at least get it twice. 0.91 to hit. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let's do some BCM drills. Those of you who don't habla, it is 7 yards, 6 rounds, and I'm looking for under 2 seconds. I know that's at least with a pistol. I don't know if it's different with a rifle. Probably is. But we'll just shoot it right now. Again, I'm going to show you guys that recoil impulse and how I think this gun is a soft shooting gun. So let's show you that. All right. That was a 138, and I got 6 alphas. Again, this is at 7 yards. This isn't too difficult. Now, I know you guys can't feel it because you're not shooting the actual gun, but trust me on this one, the recoil impulse is premium, all right? That's why you pay for it. Let's try it again. All right, again, that was a 137, slightly faster. And after I do this last one, I'm gonna show you these hits and how they're just stacked up on it. You can't see it, obviously, but the dot is like barely moving. And that's fantastic. That's what you want. You know what I mean? One, 4, 3. Went a little slower. Oh, and I threw one. But you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. And here are the hits. See this little guy over here in the Charlie? Don't worry about him. He's a weirdo. And that guy up there, he's still an alpha, but he's a little weird. Anyway, I'm telling you, very soft shooting rifle, very easy to track the dot. Dot doesn't move. You know, that's probably all that's for me. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the hits. All right, y'all. That is it for today. That is the rifle. This one is mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Anyway, BCM 14.5 Surefire RC2 on it. I know, like I said earlier, they are not cheap. But again, if you are going to get a tool that is meant to save your life and protect others, I don't think you can go cheap on it. So that's why I recommend the start point is BCM. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your start point is. Okay? I want to hear it. Get in the comments, battle it out. If you think I'm an idiot, go ahead and tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I won't cry in public. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, continue to do the things that you've already done. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time.